Yo, what it do, man, on the Entitled Culture Podcast? It's your boy, that Hippie Baker.
Your boy, PCI.
And it's your girl, Issa. You know, it's a vibe when I'm in the building.
You know, it's your boy, Dougwood, a.k.a. your girlfriend's favorite side nigga, and I got a special guest here with me, Miss Cathy.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Cathy. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Doing good. How you doing? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Thank y'all for having me today.
Hey, it's a vibe, and it's a blessing. We appreciate you, and we're grateful for everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That is the truth.
So, who is our guest here, Dougie? You brought her on you brought her on.
Well, you see, this person here is like one of my best friends. I can't even express it. Like, we've been cool since what, 15?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
About to say, and it's just been cool and ever since. She's now my hairstylist.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long you been doing hair?
So I've been doing hair for really as long as I can remember. Whether it was like my sister's hair at first, like my mom. I always did my own hair. I had like the little emo bangs back in the day, so I was killing it trying to be.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah, bye. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so I've been doing hair quite a while. I always was cold at makeup though. Like that was what everybody wanted me to do. I was like wearing eyelashes and stuff from the hair store. Had the black lash glue on my face.
So basically, you're like a cosmetologist.
She was out here turning 4s into 8s. She was doing miracles, man.
Oh man, 4s into 8s.
It's the pulling miracles.
That's the
double up.
Man, I always had to get it right. I've always loved beauty, but growing up, I was always like a tomboy. So there was always like that type of conflict, but right. I just knew that it was for me. I was cold at it. Like I was growing up, I wanted to start a nonprofit, right? Like I had this mentor at the time. She had a nonprofit, right? So I was like, I always wanted to do it. So I'd go to the women's domestic violence shelters and I would like do their makeup as like, I'm like 15,
practice.
So it's just practice. So then my mentor put me onto this lady that she was a couple years older than me. She just started college or whatever. And so she was doing like an independent film. Yeah. So then I did the makeup for the independent film. So I was always surrounded by beauty. But like I said, I was a tomboy. So I'm, it was always just that mixture. But like I'm a Gemini, so it makes sense.
You got about 15 personalities mixed into one. It's okay. I completely understand.
I'm trying to do like knotless and like I did my homegirl's box braids. And I felt like it always came in my path. So I just was like, let me get into it, like I'm 26 now. And I'm proud that like I've kind of ventured my way into where my God-given talent is, because I was doing hospitality for as long as I can remember, but I just was never happy and I was never getting to where I wanted to be. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, but I basically say it as like, people would be like, oh, you have potential. Yeah, like what the fuck is potential? Like no, I'm the shit, bro. This is right now. I've always radiated like a type of confidence, and I don't know, it just didn't go into like what the hospitality industry was. It was like, you too cocky, and you're Hispanic, but you was raised by white people. Like, who are you? Like,
I'm the shit.
Yeah. And so I'm like, let me just work for me, because whatever I'm doing is working for me. So let me just work.
There you go. So I completely agree with that. Yeah. I'ma say you always go for what you know you can do, and when you know you that star, you go be that star. Yeah. Literally, like I like that. Yeah. Never give up. Keep going.
I'm trying to be like you. I done heard you traveling and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to be like
you. Hey, jack of all trades. But like I do what you do. Just keep pushing every day. As long as you get up and you put one foot in front of the other, you gonna make it there. Yeah. I tell everybody that. I do it the same reasons why you got into it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, people telling you can't, and I want to be better, and I know what I could do, and just keep doing it.
No, that's right.
Self-employment is the best employment.
So with that being said, and all, where are you trying to take your business?
So right now, I've had a lot of business with locks. It was kind of like my ex did locks, or my ex had locks. And so then people after that would have locks. So I'd be like, yeah, I know how to do it because of my dude at the time. Da 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 da. So that's what I'm cold at. Now, nails, I love nails, want to do nails, but I definitely need a lot more practice in certain things. But I can bleach some stuff, put color on it. That's as simplified as it gets. But, I want to learn how to lay wigs. I literally want to have a schedule, and then this is my idea shortened version though. I want to have a schedule or whatever, and then if somebody wants to book lashes, I'm like, okay, it's gonna book me lashes for X amount of hours. Okay, after that, I want to do 2 sets of nails and then go to bed. Next day, I got some 2 locks and just keep it going.
I got an app that can help you do scheduling like that.
Oh, good shit.
I need
Good
that.
shit.
I need
Yeah. Look, that's networking.
I was like, look, I got an app that you can put in, because I do lashes, I do hair and stuff as well, and I do locks. So and I recently just kind of shut down my business, kind of revamp it, going kind of bring in some new stuff. But like what you're saying, that lashes take you 3 hours, or not even they take you 3 hours, just as far as prepping goes, getting your client in and clean up. Okay, this 3 hour mark is blocked out, and then I have X amount of time until my next person can come in and schedule. So I got an app that, after this is all over, that we can kind of get with and network. So that way you can get your business going. You can add pictures, that you've done, descriptions, all of that. They can pay on there, all that. So yeah, I'm so
glad I'm here. Thank you so much.
Of course. Networking. I got
and
you.
How can anyone find you to make an appointment?
So I'm GRB Cathy, CATHI_615, and then GRB. It's Get Right by Cathy. That's the brand. So.
And what platforms can we find you on that?
So that's Instagram, Facebook. I got my government on there, but it's Catherine Edwards with the C. And then my TikTok is Cathy here _615. So.
I'm glad you spelled Cathy, because I would have definitely put a Y.
I know.
I'm glad you spelled that.
I gotta make it a little unique, but it's a little, it's different.
I like that. Okay, so I have a question for you.
What's up?
I know you said that you kind of quit your job, and just went into it. And what are some of your biggest fears that you either are facing or you feel like you will face in this journey into becoming this business owner?
So right now, my biggest fear probably is location, and to more so go into that. I have an ex-roommate now, and I definitely could have started something off up in there. So just some different unique things that are going on in my life, where I'm at, what I'm doing. But I've been traveling so far, so that's kind of my biggest fear. And I have I just said, I have a game plan for what I want. I have just the biggest, broadest idea. And now that I've made so many risks and things like that, I know it's obtainable. But you have point A, you have point B, you have point C, you have point D. The A.1 part, the A.2 part, what do those look like? And so some of those are my biggest fears, but that's pretty much it. And, making sure I make time to practice, making sure that I have a good home life balance. And that was another big reason why I quit too, was because I did not have I was literally the first one gone in the morning and the last one to come home at night. I've always been a hustler, and that's been going on my whole life, is hustling, trying to make bread any which way I can, whether it's fast money or, a career that I've invested so much of my life into. I'm like, man, I'm only getting older. I need to sit my ass down.
I feel that.
I need to do something bigger than just the normal routine. I've never been made for that. Never. So that's kind of my biggest fears right now. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to them.
So basically, the in between each point.
Yeah. I love creating goals and then obtaining them. So that's one of my biggest drives, is just having that. Oh yeah, but you did that. Yeah. Okay. It's
I'm gonna say what grade was this? My 9th grade teacher, she was my 10th grade math teacher, Miss Cully, Taney. I call her by her first name because I was one of them weird kids that called all their teachers by their first names. But one thing that she told me, when you're doing goals or that, physically write them down, whether that's on a big ass piece of paper you put on your wall, a little notebook, something you can physically scratch off. Reason being is because the brain is so visualized that when it sees you physically crossing something off that you've done, it's stress relieving. It's literally, it's like a piece of your brain kind of gets a feeling, because it physically, I done that. It sees that accomplishment. So maybe when you're writing your goals out, and those in betweens kind of get to you, can go back and look and be like, oh wait, I've already marked off so many goals so far. This in between goal is not going to stop me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because there's a huge anxiety behind those things, and then wanting to do my own thing. So I kind of am like, ooh, like, do I get a mentor? How much help do I really need with these kind of things? Like making a logo. I'm like, shit, do I hire somebody or do I like figure out what do I want it to look like? What's gonna speak to people? It's things like that that are also kind of scary as well, because I'm like, what is going to bring people in? But like I said, I'm an all aspects type of person. I try to create relationships and stuff with people that'll just bring it in, because I know that at the end of the day it's me.
Yeah,
like I know that
what's from the heart reaches the heart,
right?
So
exactly. So I love people and I hope people love me and what I do. So
that's a great way to look at things.
Yeah. For real.
You know, you bring a certain quality to the table that most people won't bring to the table. It's mostly just about the money, you know, but obviously you like to actually bring in artistry to your work, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like your passion more than anything is what's going to keep you going. I feel like because you love it so much, that love for it, that drive for it is what's going to push you even on your rainy days.
Yeah. I was dating somebody, like some shit had went down at work or whatever, and I was dating this guy at the time, and it had been on my brain for like a moment or whatever. I'm like, still like, bro, like I want this manager position. I'm working towards this goal. Like it's not happening for me. I want this pay, increase or whatever. And so I'm grinding day in and day out for this thing, right? And so I'm like, man, some shit had went down, and I'm like, why don't I just say forget it? Like, why don't I just drop it and just go to school? And my mother was, I tried to talk to her a couple times about it, and I was like, no matter what she says, I'm gonna go for it regardless. And I just knew that it was always there. And he was like, bro, that's all you talk about is going to school. Like, just go to school. Like, just do it. And so one day I didn't tell nobody. I had talked to my mom briefly, like months before, because I had been thinking about it for a while. And I just went and did it. And I literally just signed up. And a month later I was in it. And then I told my parents, and they was like, we knew you had it. But, like, the career change was anxious for them, because they're like, you got a good thing going, my girl. Like, don't, we don't want to see you,
don't do it.
Like, what, like, what angle you coming from now? But, I mean, I want to make them proud. And so I'm like,
what school do you go to?
I go to Empire.
Oh, look, the teacher, what is this? It's the night. Do you go during the day or
I go
at night?
In the night.
You go at night? I don't want to, but the guy that teaches, he's really good at color, and he's very good at balayage and all that.
We don't have a guy that works there anymore.
Empire.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, if you're trying to learn how to color, hey, I forgot his name. I'm about to say, he is the one. He's been all over the world, like for the last, he's been a hairstylist for like the last 45 years. He's been to Paris, Mulan, like everywhere, like just to like color and do different style his hair. Like it's been, Dang, that makes me sad, and I forgot his name.
Oh, it's cool. We got some really cool teachers.
Really, yeah. Like the admin lady, she's really nice too.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your the most difficult client you had?
There's always one of those.
I mean,
you don't say no names. Just gonna give us the story.
I know. I say,
we don't say no names. Just give us the story.
We'll call him Jim. It's okay.
We'll just be. This is the most irking part of it all, right? Right here. This is the most irking part of it, right? So it's like you doing locks or whatever, and if it's on a man, they'll like try to get at you. That is like probably the most irking part, because it's like, bro, I need that money. Like, you're tripping.
Playing in my hair. They getting that hair retwisted.
Like, when that meme or whatever, it's like when she come over to do your locks, or she say she gonna come over and do your hair, and it really. That is not this, okay?
Joe, fix it.
I'm doing your hair, bro. Like,
yes.
So you really be going through that. Like, you really be like, for real deal.
I know,
like,
you know.
I'm about to say, I feel like
y'all seen that shit? Like
every female.
Every female goes through that type of thing.
I don't care.
Y'all seen that shit? Like, for real, like where you like you got he ought to get his hair dreaded. Hey man, what you doing at the work?
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I got another
going
head.
on?
That's where I'm
That's
going.
That's how I met my first baby mama.
She said, I got another. And
I'm
that's
not
still
gonna
gonna
lie.
be $60.
I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
And that's still $60,
That's
sir. Thank
exactly
you.
how I found my first
exactly.
baby mama, bro. That's exactly how I found my first baby mama, bro.
Doing your hair?
Badass, yeah.
Get your
Badass,
goofy
bro.
ass out of here.
Nah, I
Bro.
lied, bro. I'm
Even if-
dead
even if
ass
so.
honest, bro. That's it, bro.
It's okay, even if it's so. Guess what? You tried it and it worked.
Yeah.
At some point in time, somebody had to make
That
a decision
black
that-
man is crazy. And y'all sugarcoating this shit.
I'm not
Nah,
sure.
I'll accept this shit. I
I
knew
am not as
when
bad
I was.
as somebody
I'm not
say
even
that
gonna take
Dahmer
it,
has
bro.
a good side. I am not that bad. Stop putting me on
Don't bring me into the
Too
number
early.
Oh.
Too early.
Too soon.
Too soon.
No, bro.
Too
Way
soon.
too soon.
Heady.
No, but on some real shit, I will admit that I was in some stupid ass trials of life. Okay.
I mean, if it worked, it worked. It's just not gonna be from GRB Cathy. Okay.
There you go.
That
Or
you do
looks
your
by
thing.
Epps. I
I'm
feel
saying
it.
that
Yeah.
I understand
feel
exactly
that.
how that go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I respect that you tried, but I will decline your offer.
Yeah, I'm like,
You know what I'm saying?
and then
Thank
having to let it
you.
down, but then that awkward like thing after it, it's just like I'm so tunnel visioned in your head right now. I don't know what you thinking. I'd be one to yank the head a little harder, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm very tender headed, like friendly, you know.
They might like
but
that
it's
shit,
a little
though.
irking though. I'm not gonna lie, but
Just
that's
put in your
like,
headphones, act like you, even though they off, just act like, huh?
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Like
oh
that.
my mama. I do
it's
that
only
all the
happened
time.
a couple times though, like a handful. But I'll be like, see, that's what we not gonna do.
Like we can't. I ain't even finna deal with all that.
Yeah.
I feel- Man, that gotta suck.
You thought
so,
you got a 2-for-1 deal.
right? Oh my mama. So like, what have you like? How do y'all charge by? Like, is it the length or the style
How
or
long it
the
takes?
texture?
So you can charge by the hour. You
long
can
it
charge by the hairstyle. You can charge by, okay, let's say you get jumbo knotless compared to small knotless. Like there's a whole wide range. And then some people charge based on where you're located. Like
They
maybe
add
somewhere in the
mileage.
Midwest, to somebody that wants a wig installed, that don't happen that often there, you know, but somewhere a bad bitch over there want her shit did, and that's, you know,
It's common as fuck.
it's either
Wow.
common or it's not common. It all really depends.
Wow.
And then if you're in school, you know, you might not want to charge as much because you're getting that experience, you know.
right.
And then you want to come out as licensed, like you want to make sure that these moments are being projected. So it really all depends. But right now, I'm here for the experience, but I'm also here to make money because this is what I do now.
Right.
So you know, it literally all depends.
You get both.
Yeah, I be taking pictures. If I forget to take a picture, I'm like, please send me a picture, please. Like, yo, I need client viewed stat.
Oh
like,
my God, I felt that.
Straight up.
Yeah, I like
you ready
that.
to cry after I feel it.
and I'm not a
you
social
deserve
media
it.
person. I'm not
Always
the type of
promote
person to
yourself.
take pictures. That
Always promoting
that-
yourself.
right there
That's
is
it.
the hardest thing for me, is having to be like, you know, I'm just
Posting
Cathy,
everything
you know?
you
Cause you
do.
like,
I'm
I want my
every
shit to
day.
look good.
Yeah.
You gotta snap, man.
She like, I need my
I
shit
done
to
came
look
out
good.
the woodworks on them when I started deciding that I was gonna quit my job, because obviously I didn't just do it. It's something kind of, yeah. So I'm like, I delete all my pictures on there, right? And I take my my icon off, right? The little picture for my icon. My homeboy hit me up. He's like, bro, you think you a celebrity? Like, you done fell off the map, bro. I'm like, bro, I ain't fall back. I'm about, just wait, just watch. Because when I get it popping, just know it's going to be popping.
It's on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just
I
loan
feel
Nicole
it.
on the train before it take
Yeah.
off.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm about to say you gotta prepare the track before you just slide off into the sunset. You gotta make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Look, I might hit you up. Come get my locks done.
Yeah.
She
please
did
do.
mine. I'm trying to tell you, she out here.
Come hit you.
She in the
We'll
streets,
change
man.
Instagram. Like,
Instagrams.
yeah, see what you're talking about. Oh, see what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Come in here, you know.
Go ahead and give
I'll-
your Instagram to
Yeah,
everyone now,
no.
though, so everyone else can have it too, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Look,
For
what is
sure.
it again? Say it one more time.
Shout it out.
GRB Cathy CATHI _615.
Ooh.
Yeah.
615.
Spicy.
Extra spicy.
Muy caliente.
I like that.
Extra spicy, but
Yeah, no, I like that. I like your drive, Cathy. I like what you're about. I do. I just want you to keep going, and which I know you're gonna do that anyway. But keep going. You feel me? And don't stop. Like, you feel me? One, there's always a bad bitch that need her hair done.
Okay.
There's always an ugly bitch that need her hair done.
And I'm doing
not
it.
an ugly bitch that need
you
her
know,
hair done.
you got to be there for them all.
We gonna get her right.
Exactly. You know, like he said, you changing the 4s into the 8s. And
Exactly.
he said, you feel me?
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So literally,
A
don't
fool might
stop.
not-
Here's the thing: a 4 might not have
Hey,
the looks
Oh,
of an 8, but she got
no.
everything that you want.
Oh,
You know,
no,
and she just
Dougie,
broke.
no.
Sometimes the bitches be broke sometimes. You know, and she just
It's usually the high ones. It's usually the high numbers that are the broke ones, and it's like,
so
and
you
it's
know,
like,
she
and it's
just-
like the low ones are
Bruh,
like,
damn.
yeah, I got all the money.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Don't
Well,
do it to
regardless, I'm
yourself
getting them
like
right,
that.
okay?
There you
No,
go.
no, hey, that's all-
Regardless,
hey,
Cathy is
bring it
slaying them in
back.
there.
It's all
Okay.
positive. It's all
Yeah.
positive.
Okay, yeah, she's slaying them. You feel me?
I just asked that you
She
hear me
bringing
out.
them
That
up.
was it. Just
Literally.
hear me out.
So like
They went up the
piggyback-
meter 4 notches. Is
Man,
basically what he's
okay.
saying.
Double up.
So we had this lady or one time, this instructor. She was like, you know, we sat down, we watched this we funded by the government, so we had to watch like these videos or whatever about like sexual harassment and things like that. So I'm triggered. Like, I'm like, whoa, hold on now. So we funded by the government. We had to sign off saying that we watched her, whatever. But after she went into like this monologue thing at the end, and she was like, you know, the person that sits in your chair, they have their own life outside of here, and she might stink. She might have something going on. She might open up and say she got this, that, and the other. She got this going on. So you make that person at the end of the day feel like their best self, and that is a huge blessing that you have the capability to do that, because them women will sit in your chair and talking about things that they've never told a soul. They don't like going to therapy, you know, about the abuse that they've been through, you know, like. And I
No,
mean, we've been
seriously,
there.
that-
I'm sure
That's
we've had
Just
like,
like,
hey,
hey, bro,
bro,
no.
like,
we
Yeah, I'm
talking
about to say
can't
that's
say
that
damn,
right there.
because
Yeah, I'm about to say that's
barbers
the
do it
realest
too, bro.
shit.
Yo,
Nah, I know that. Yeah,
That
barbers
is
I
be
had
doing
to
that
you
walk
shit
are
too,
the
bro.
away.
you have the greatest job in the world.
Exactly. And it's like,
Yes.
I have like I told you before we started, I'm a deep talker, a deep thinker. I'm like, man, this is the best thing for me, because I can talk about anything, everything, even if I don't understand, I'm
Yeah.
a gain of understanding.
How to fucking
Yeah.
love.
And I just
Yes.
am like that. Okay, so like I was triggered as hell after the video, and after she said that, like everybody's like eating fucking sandwiches. It was the director's birthday, so they got like sandwiches and cake, and I'm sick to my damn stomach. I'm like, I gotta do something after this. Like, I need to meditate on what was just spoken to me, because this, like, what she just said spoke volumes. So I'm like, look, Teach, I gotta
This
go.
individual
No,
went
yeah.
through
I,
some
I
hell.
need to
Yes.
I need to process everything that you just said, because it was so well spoken to me, and I was like, I have like a purpose with doing that she's talking about. Everybody eating sandwiches. I'm like, my appetite gone.
Yeah,
Like,
after
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
hell
I
yeah.
feel that.
That
Especially
message hit me.
Yeah,
Learn,
I feel that.
unlearn, relearn.
Mhm.
That-
Pretty much
man.
what you just
Learn all you
just
can
said.
learn so you can teach all you know.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
literally,
pretty
like
much.
that is my greatest motto. Like, literally, that right there is
Mhm.
I love learning. But that, like, going back on just, man, like, you don't understand, like, some of the people that you hear their stories when they sit in your chair, some of the life opening situations that baby girl just can sit in your chair by the grace of God. But you
Yeah.
feel me? She here. It make you not even want to take her money, but it's like you got your own
Oh,
bills to
yeah,
pay.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, you know, I completely
Been
that's
there
that's
before.
like the golden part of the job. It's like, I'm gonna say, I kind of got into the beauty aspect is I like making girls pretty.
Mhm.
I love when a woman walks with confidence. I'm gonna say,
Absolutely.
I'm a model. I know you were talking about me going out of town. That's kind of where that went. Is
Mhm.
I love confidence is everything to me. I
Mhm.
feel like the ugliest person, as long as you have that confidence,
Right.
baby, when you walk through that door, hey, you strong, you have that confidence. So being able to withstill a person's confidence is, I feel like, it's everything. And I feel like that talk too that they
Mhm.
have while you're shampooing their hair, while you're pressing out their hair,
Mhm.
retwisting their locks, that conversation, that
You
right
waking
there.
them up.
Yeah, that right there is that is opening them up. That is bringing out some inner beauty while you're making the outside match. Because
you
that.
Getting what everyone else ain't.
Yeah, and that right there, because you get a whole different side, a whole different person.
Yep.
And those conversations always tend to be the best conversations.
Exactly. I love conversations
like that.
Yes.
Yeah, like that deep talk. I like how you like. I'm a very deep. Like, girl, we gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with you. You're
in
so
the depths,
dope.
we gonna go
Yeah,
3,000.
Cathy.
We're gonna go 3,000 meters.
Yeah.
The
like
confidence thing is so big to me. My whole life I've been big. Like my whole life. And people are like, yo, how do you do that or wear that or like, you know, do these things and you're like fat. It's like people really be like, why do you love yourself?
Geminis don't give two fucks.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be me regardless.
I got my son. I'm dead ass.
Like, I'm gonna wear this. I don't give a fuck. Hey, I'm good.
I don't understand how confidence doesn't come natural to some people. Like people have body dysmorphia and things like that. And I'm like, I have to vouch for myself because my whole life I had to fight. Like that. Like the first thing people be like, you fat. And I'd rather you call me a fucking liar. Like I don't give a fuck about being no motherfucking fat. What the fuck you thought I was supposed to do?
But I feel that right there.
Hey, you know what's so funny though? What can be really reversed though? The fittest people can be the fattest people. And a lot of people don't know they got like, you know, those bodybuilders eating all that junk food and all of that heavy, healthy food, man. You know that shit clog arteries and shit.
Yeah, bro.
That's a real thing. That cholesterol going through your heart. It's a real thing.
There was a time where I was training to be in the physique bodybuilding a long time ago. Okay, physique. 10 years ago, I was training to do that. Huh?
I know.
Yeah, like I was actually training because I had this, like we were saying with the bullying and the bullshit back then. Everyone was picking on me for how small I was, so a nigga was trying to show people, you know.
Oh yeah, you about to show out.
So dead ass, bro. I was kind of like dead ass. I was going to the gym 5 times a day. 5 times a day.
Damn.
That's mixed martial arts included. That's weightlifting, running, whatever you can think of, I was doing it. So my actual, like, I have a heart disability now.
From overworking yourself?
Like, I was born with my disability already, but with all that being said, I just made it 10 times worse.
I did working out.
And all of it, like I'm saying to you, you eat all that stuff. I was on a regimen. All the time, I was fucking my body up the whole time, thinking that I was in the best shape of my life. But at the same time, when it was time like for the outside looked perfect. Inside was horrible. I was.
That's
fucked.
me.
Had cobwebs.
I eat whatever I want when I want.
Out.
But it.
You know?
I mean, it's what works for you. You know, you got to go to the doctor. You got to take care of yourself.
But see, I was doing that shit.
My blood pressure is really good. It was 88 over 68 the last time I went. It was really low.
Oh, you low.
Yeah, it was like they said every time they be like, you don't live forever.
With the frequencies out here.
That's what I say. It's a vibe everywhere I go. It's the vibe. No, for real. Cathy, I got one more question for you. So let's say you get there, you make it big, right? Let's say I turn on my TV, you feel me, 6 months from now, and I see Cathy walking across BET red carpet for her, you know, her hair shop or whatever that you just went and bought. What's one of the biggest things that you would like say, like after you got all the money, like after you got all the fame, what is like one thing you would do with all of it?
So, that's a
great
really,
question.
really good question. I have a twin sister.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm a
jealous.
twin.
I want to be a twin.
It's
fraternal or paternal?
So we're fraternal. So I've always wanted to just give her everything, you know, and like I'm adopted as well. So I have, you know, I just met my biological father a month or so ago, which I thought that he was dead, and it turns out that he's not, you know, and I find all this stuff out. But I think my brothers and sisters that I didn't grow up with, the 4 new brothers that I have 11 nieces and nephews. You know, like I have this whole bloodline that I've never been able to invest in.
Explain how exactly how you you grew up though.
So, I'm adopted, and I've always known that I was adopted. After 2 weeks, all my adoption paperwork was finalized. Mm-hmm. I had an older brother at the time, and that was it. So, there's a lot to my adoption story, but I was taken here after 2 weeks. Then my adoption paperwork finally, like CPS or whoever does it, it was like, okay, yeah, they're good parents. And then I was born in Abilene, Texas, and was brought here to Nashville. And growing up, nobody really knew that me and my twin existed. She hid her pregnancy. She's big like me back then, you know, so she was able to hide her pregnancy. And basically it just came out that, you know, she had these other 2 twin daughters. My little sister, my older brother, the entire family didn't know that we existed. And so it came out like during her wedding that we were her daughters. We were in the wedding. We had met her for the first time when we were 19. So a couple years later after that, she got married. And she had to break it down to her 2 other brothers or whatever, that they had twin nieces. So, yeah, it's like a really grand story.
So wait, were you adopted with your twin sister? Or
yeah,
no?
Yeah, you were adopted with my twin sister. Yeah,
that's good.
Put both of us
you
up.
Can't split twins.
Say, man, I was like, please don't split them.
No, they didn't.
And I have twin nieces. They're the cutest things.
See, my grandmother and my aunt are twins, and then my uncles are triplets.
Okay, my great grandmother had 5
triplets.
girls and 1 boy, and each one of the 5 girls were the twins.
Levi, Steve, and Michael.
Dang, they all look like
Steve and Michael.
Yeah,
Steve. Them some names, boy.
Steve and the L
Levi,
name.
Steve, and
that's
Michael.
what threw me off.
yeah, it was Steven, you know.
Oh, sorry, Steven. Still, Steven.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you should have seen the way I met them.
If I have twins,
I didn't know that there were 3 of them when I first met them. I met one at a time.
Oh,
and they all did it in different ways.
So was you calling them by one name?
You thought they was all the same person?
I thought they were all Levi at first.
That's
all right. You gotta remember how old I was. I was like, 3, 4 years old.
Levi,
you know what I'm saying?
Steven.
No, it's no. They let it ride.
Oh,
they let it ride.
So when you met them all 3 for the same time.
So when they were
messed up on your end, is they all wearing the same outfit and they just kept coming by.
It was like that, bro.
Oh shit.
Oh well, yeah, they were like, we gonna the running gag, I guess.
Yeah, bro.